What were you bullied for in school? Existing? That's really all it takes. Unfortunately, if kids want to bully you, they'll find a reason. Or just make one up. Like, hell if I know what the reason was, and hell, I think I was also trying too hard to fit in and ended up coming across like a stupid kid anyway. But at the same time those days are long behind me. I literally haven't met up with anyone from high school since finishing an A. I'm fine with that. For being quiet? Like what the duck? Am I supposed to be loud and annoying? Exactly. You're so quiet. Yeah. You want me to perform or something? For me it was even worse when they asked why are you so quiet in that really judgmental tone. Like what do you want me to say? I just am bro. Stop making me feel like shit. I got the same treatment. Why do people get so freaked out by quietness? Because silence would give them time to think. And they can't handle that. Being different. I was a nerd. Before the word existed. This was back in the 60s and 70s. I was interested in math and science. I liked classical music. I was also extremely disinterested in the things the others around me liked. Football, beer, tattoos, music like AskReddit. Didn't go down well at all in Australia. Why was everyone named Bruce? I dunno. Bruce. And why aren't you drinking? Is that a quote I should know? Hey I Bruce. Let me introduce you to Bruce. Bruce. This is Bruce. And Bruce. This here is Bruce. My autism. I got wood bits thrown at me. No one should ever go through that. I'm sorry to hear. I hope things are better now. Close bracket. Oh it definitely is. Unless I tell them people don't really know that I even have autism. But damn. Duck in elementary school was shit. On top of that, I was with the same class for 8+ years. But it's all good now. Glad to know it became something you can live with. Screw those idiots who bullied you. Meh. I didn't or really never cared about it anyway. It was just another memory to me. My last name was similar to a fruit. I can't even explain how much I was teased over my last name. And every time, the person thought they were the first person in the history of the universe to come up with such a witty pun. I've had teachers do it to me in front of the whole class. I wasn't feminine enough. Other times too feminine. In middle school, I stood up for one of my friends that was getting bullied by our 8th grader and we were in 6th grade. It is not like the movies. We then both got beat up. Not like a beatdown, but pushing and shoving until we both were completely submissive and scared. It was not fun. A few years later in high school, that bully made peace with us. He actually turned out to be a good person. Everyone is a ducking moron in middle school. Middle school was a different dimension. What you did was awesome. Though, props to you. Thanks. As much as getting bullied sucks, I took it as a learning experience. I never physically bullied anyone. But I'm guilty of verbally bullying people at that age as well. Or blowing off friends to not seem like a loser around the cool kids. I think to address bullying, we have to admit when we were wrong. Lots of people love talking about how they were bullied. I'm guilty of this as well. We also got to admit when we were the bully. Also with that, seeking forgiveness and making it right is a huge step. I met up with a former bully for drinks a few years back at their initiation. It was genuinely lovely. They were trying to reach out to everyone they felt they had hurt. In particular they wanted to reach an individual that got the brunt of the attention. But alas it was to no avail as communication was shut down. So thank you to anyone who comes to realize if they were a jerk, myself included, and try to make amends. Being gay, I was never gay, and still love women. Don't know how they got that idea when I was with their girl during recess while they was in detention. Probably want revenge, but couldn't muster up the courage or lax or idea to do anything. Being poor, it affects way more than people think. Especially if you go to a school made up of mostly middle to higher class kids. I had a crappy jacket I wore. Couldn't afford makeup as a girl so was left out there. Never got to fix my teeth etc. Hard to approach people and relate to them when you look roughed up. This makes me happy I went to public school with uniforms and strict no makeup rules. Being quiet. Hitting puberty first. My teeth. Being biracial. Being in love with everyone. Because apparently being nice to people means you like them. What? You don't bludgeon everyone you meet into a paste? Like a bitch? Being quiet. 4. Having cancer and being deaf. How the hell am I supposed to control a ducking sickness that millions of people have died from? That's absolutely horrible. What is wrong with people? A gap between my front teeth. I'm also petite, so I'm often hit with, if the wind blows, it would blow you away, or if you turn sideways behind a pole, you'll disappear. My favorite has to be telling me to eat a cake or a cookie, though, while some are in humor, others have not been throughout the years. I'm in my 30s and still hear it on a regular basis. Who I heard the two skinny jokes to. Had RS or mebed why better feed you. Stick you are tongue you tier and you low okayly kezi pages and my personal favorite. Are you sure you aren't anorexic? Comments like these are what happen when someone wants to say something despite having nothing to say. Someone looking different within speaking distance is their opening to make a useless observation. 100% of the time they can't take any criticism in return. My race. Skinny. Quiet. Yep. Same here. I'm Latino and was very dark when I was younger. People knew I was ethnic somehow, but couldn't figure out my background. I got called every slur for every ethnicity imaginable before they even got close to Latino slurs. Half of them, I had no idea and had to ask. I was honestly more confused than offended and realized just how stupid racists really are. I was already quiet and skinny and moved around a lot, so I was always the new kid. I was also smarter than most kids in my class, so I got picked on for being a nerd as well. I pretty much shut down socially and ignored everyone around me until I got to college. Being around people from diverse backgrounds who weren't afraid to show how smart they were was a revelation. I'm white, but I don't look traditionally white. I went to schools that were mostly white through most of elementary school, and it was pretty funny being stereotyped by all the stereotypical white kids who thought I was Hispanic or Middle Eastern. Primarily being fat, but damn pretty much everything else too. Being poor, being a sibling to cool kids, liking Pokemon / anything considered nerdy, being bad at sports, my hair, my name, the way I spoke. I had a speech impediment. Hell, once I was bullied for wearing odd socks for a week straight. You should have just changed your socks. Why would you wear them for a week in a row? I'll clarify. I wore a pair of odd socks for one day, got mocked for a week. I was playing football and grabbed a bundled pair from the pile. They were odd, so I wore them to avoid my white school socks getting muddy. Got mocked all game long. Then by the rest of the school all week for it once it spread. Not using sauce on certain foods. Lol, just for that, they're still joking about it, and that's why I hated my last 3 years. A lot of people think their reason is stupid. I was bullied for having a green jacket whilst being a girl. If people want to bully you, they'll find a reason to, no matter how flawless you try to be or how minor and dumb the reason. I was being Asian and liking Asian food. I'm getting bullied because they all say I have corona or small eyes, yet the teachers never even bother to even get up. For being short, but I broke a couple of noses and the word got around that the short guy wasn't an easy target. That's a good decision. Violence doesn't solve problems, my ass. It's not an always go-to, but if it is called for, the results are usually worth it. I never fight, but I know there are times when it is the only way to stop a bully. Like the entitled white bitch who was slapped in the face by a girl she told to go back to your country in a store here in Phoenix. Got slapped, walked out, situation over, video here link. com/on/status/1270012963836100609. For those who have not seen it. Being quiet. When I was in school, I said lots of stupid things without thinking, probably because of my ADHD, so people started making fun of me all the time. I then tried my best to control my impulsivity, but I still get bullied by them until we graduated. Same. I have had to. I used to say things everyone else said cause I thought it was cool. I keep my mouth shut now and think before I speak. Being different. I love to read and wonder at the universe. But I was not cool or popular. I was weird and people didn't like it. Hell, because I never had a girlfriend in school. Even my parents' friends thought I was gay for some reason. Like I'm gay because I don't have 50 train wreck relationships under my belt like your kids. You thought I was gay because I didn't advertise my personal exploits to the world like your kids. Duck you man. I'm not gay. I have nothing against gay people. They are awesome. But I'm not. I'm now engaged to a wonderful woman. Though my dad's friend made the fatal mistake in asking if she was a man. In her range of hearing. OMG, he hasn't come back. In fact, he won't even answer a call from my dad, hahaha. For not liking Fortnite. But hey, at least on Reddit, you can bully others for liking Fortnite. English is my first language, but I wasn't raised in an English speaking country. Kids in school used to make fun of me cause they couldn't understand what I was saying, and I couldn't understand them either. They'd just laugh at me and mock me for only speaking in English, lol. In middle school I was bullied for my hairline because it was small, I guess. I was also bullied because I would stand up for myself, which bullies hate, of course. In high school, freshman year, this white kid called me the N-word every other day. I'm half black. Junior year, same kid would make fun of my middle name. Not sure why, since it's just a normal name. I was also messed with by others cause again, I would stand up for myself and not follow the herd. Name does not check out. Being ginger, but life has taught me that this is an okay trait to pick on, so I have grown a thick skin. Ginger is cool. You've got fire hair. Don't let anyone bother you on it. Everything changed when the Fire Ginger Nation attacked. Being tall. Being a girl. And last but not least, being a tall girl. Do you happen to wear size 13 men's Nikes? I hate that I get this reference, lol. For being skinny. I'm 5 feet 4 and 100 lbs. In school, I was constantly asked if I was anorexic while eating ice cream and chips. Then everyone thought I was bulimic and even had girls follow me to the bathroom to see if I was throwing up. I still get asked as an adult if I have an eating disorder. I'm always told you're so lucky you're skinny. Yay, well, I can't find jeans in my size. I have no boobs, so women's shirts can fit weird. I have to order bras from websites that specialize in small women, so they are more expensive. And a lot of times I have to shop in the junior section to find clothes that fit. I have finally learned to love myself after years of being ostracized for being thin. It's not okay to fat shame. It's not okay to thin shame either. In the weeb community, you would be referred to as a legal lolly. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.